This episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast is brought to you by Out-of-the-Box Technology. Out-of-the-Box Technology is your partner in accounting data services. With over 7,500 industry migrations performed and an expansive network of third-party integrations, a partnership with Out-of-the-Box will augment your advisory practice and turbocharge client accounting operations. Visit outoftheboxtechnology.com/insightful-accountant to get started. Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast. My name is Gary Dehart, and I am the publisher of Insightful Accountant and the host of the Accounting Insiders podcast. And we are coming out of QuickBooks Connect. Today is November 16th, 2023. And while I was not able to attend it this year, our team was there. And we did ask Murph to come up with kind of some top takeaways from QuickBooks Connect 2023. He just in this session, he's going to focus on some main announcements from Intuit. And then you will see on the site over the coming weeks, he's going to have a lot of on the floor interviews that he did in the exhibit hall. So keep an eye on the site, keep an eye on our YouTube channel to see what he ran across while he was there. So Murph, thank you so much for joining us today, or for joining me. And I know that one thing you had a discussion with and that Intuit announced that you want to share a little detail on was enhancements to the QuickBooks Online Accountant, how it's incorporating the new Ledger tool. Can you share some information with us or with our listeners about that and what Intuit is doing there?
So I'm here at QuickBooks Connect 2023, and I want to report on a few of the enhancements that are being made to the QuickBooks ecosystem. And the first one I want to talk about is one of the key changes to QuickBooks Online Accountant, and that is the incorporation of the new QuickBooks Ledger functionality. Now, this is a new feature which is really economical. It's designed so that QuickBooks Online Accountant users who are working in firms and need to capture information from very small clients or clients who routinely don't keep books at all, or clients who maybe at the end of the year bring all of their information at one time, and it allows the QBOA user to easily integrate all of that information into a standardized format and then produce the necessary reporting. But it also will link up with ProConnect Tax so that their tax return can be easily prepared from information that is accurate and is categorized according to IRS rules. One of the other things is that they don't even have to bring all the information because it still has the availability of bank feeds. And that means that they can download an entire year's worth of bank data, have the AI functionality categorize that data, determine what of it is appropriate for business use and what of it is not, and then pass the appropriate information on into the tax return. So that's what's new and most important in my mind with respect to changes and enhancements for QuickBooks Online Accountant.
Great. Thank you so much, Murph. Now, I also know that you spent some time with Ashley Sutter, who is the Director of U.S. Accountant Sales for Intuit. What did she share with you about the QB Ledger product, and what are your thoughts? I mean, you gave us a high level, but kind of what are your thoughts about this product and how it's going to impact pro advisors in the accounting community as a whole?
So in speaking with Ashley Sutter, who was really responsible for the development of this new QuickBooks Ledger functionality that can be added in as just a new type of client into QuickBooks Online Accountant. One of the things that really is interesting is that this is a product that's aimed not at the traditional pro advisor or accountant or even bookkeeper, but people who routinely in the past have kind of been in the background, maybe accounting clerks, etc. And it provides them with the ability to provide services to meet the requirements of the accounting company they work for. And yet, at the same time, those are some of the people that the Pro Advisor program, as a part of the changes that they're making in that, are trying to bring into the fold, so to speak. And it will be interesting in seeing how these people are using QBO Accountant that have traditionally not considered themselves as active Pro Advisors gain a new sense of direction or a new sense of camaraderie, participation into the Pro Advisor program.
So over the years, we've seen Intuit and other large software developers purchase products and integrate them into their existing product. You never hear from it again. We know a few years ago they purchased Trade Gecko, but my understanding is instead of just sunsetting that product altogether, that it actually is starting to show up in products. So what can you tell us about announcements around Trade Gecko, which I guess now is sales orders? Can you give a little background there?
So a few years back, Intuit acquired a product called Trade Gecko. And at the time, I kind of forecast that I thought that would be used to incorporate a higher level of inventory and product tracking capabilities within QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Online Advanced. Initially, Intuit simply made that product available to QBO and QBO Advanced users on a app plug-in basis. But slowly over the years, they have evolved into incorporating many of those features relative to e-commerce, connectability, and also inventory into QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Online Advanced. They have announced here at the conference that they're doing even more in the way of that integration. One of those features is the addition of sales orders that were supported by QuickBooks Commerce, which was the product that they acquired from Trade Gecko. And sales orders have been a very needed functionality for many QuickBooks Online users, especially QuickBooks Online Advanced users. And that is a reality now in all of the QBO SKUs across the entire ecosystem, so that you can create a sales order which commits inventory, and then that sales order can be processed and ultimately turned into a customer invoice. But right along with that is improved product tracking, inventory capabilities, and that includes the ability to create subsets of inventory to track things like different model numbers or different variations, variant tracking, similar to most point of sale systems. For example, if you have a water bottle and it comes in 6 colors, it's still the same water bottle, it's just offered in variants of color. And this capability is now also incorporated into QBO Plus and QBO Advanced. Another functionality of that is the ability to track additional input relative to specifics for inventory. And we'll be covering the new inventory functionalities in much greater detail in articles over the next week or so as we get to pull more details from Intuit.
So I know that they also made some announcements around QuickBooks Time. So what can you share with us that was announced there?
So I just was speaking about the new inventory functionalities. And one of the things that I want to talk now about is the new capabilities surrounding time tracking. QuickBooks Time has always been kind of a stand-apart app. And recently, some changes have been made to incorporate that into QuickBooks Workforce, and also to bring the integration of time data into QuickBooks Online as part of the payroll functionality. And now we finally have the ability to truly track time that is recorded using the QuickBooks Time feature, and to record it against projects and jobs and classes and all the detail levels that for many years you had to have really a desktop version of QuickBooks in order to do the kind of job tracking that's now available. So this is another great enhancement that improves the functionality for not only many small businesses, but certainly many mid-market businesses. And once again, those new capabilities are arriving as a part of improved functionality through QuickBooks Online Payroll, also sometimes referred to as QuickBooks Workforce, and they will be incorporated into those versions of QBO that are making use of QuickBooks Payroll.
And last but not least, Murph, tell us about something that is certainly near and dear to Insightful Accountant and near and dear to our core audience, the QuickBooks Pro Advisors. They made some major announcements on the QuickBooks Pro Advisor program. I'd love to hear your thoughts on kind of high level what the announcements were, and then what your thoughts are on how it impacts our audience, and whether they see this, should see this as positive or a negative.
So the QuickBooks Pro Advisor program is now more than 26 years old. And one of the things that's being worked on is a revamp of that program. And it probably needs it. There are several things that are going to be included, and we know that there are other things coming that we haven't yet been advised of. But there's going to be more opportunities for people who are in that program to earn benefits, to have improved service. And speaking of improved service, if you're on the gold tier, you're now going to have the high level of service that your other tier mates have had. And so it's all going to be U.S. based and more knowledgeable to give you easier access to the people you need to access in order to resolve problems. But one of the other benefits is that you're going to have a combination of earnings power to improve your standings through more products. So as you tie on QuickBooks Time, as you tie on QuickBooks Payroll, as you tie on many of the other specific parts of the QuickBooks ecosystem, you'll earn additional points that elevate your level of recognition. And you will also begin earning discounts. And so it's a volume-based arrangement. But they also are going to be incorporating more training, different kinds of training. And one of those areas we're going to see is enhanced training related to the various QuickBooks tax products, and really very specifically Pro Connect tax. And that means that those people who are tax specialists will be able to use those trainings as well as their tax client volume to improve their standings in the Pro Advisor program. So many of these things are still in evolution, and we'll be keeping you advised through articles about each step of the way as the Pro Advisor changes over the next year.
Well, there you have it. Murph has been on the ground in Las Vegas at the ARIA QuickBooks Connect 2023. And that is the first major announcements really coming out of QuickBooks Connect around Intuit and the product line, as well as the impact for the Pro Advisor community. So Murph, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I know that, as you mentioned, you will be covering a lot more in detail and more in depth on many of these items, as well as on all the things you ran across on the show floor. And I'm sure there'll be other content that comes out based on your time in session. So we certainly look forward to that. Murph, again, thank you. Appreciate your time. Look forward to catching up again very soon.
This episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast is brought to you in part by Xero. Xero is a powerful cloud accounting software that improves efficiencies across your practice. With all client data stored on a single unified ledger, you and your clients can easily access and collaborate on the same set of books. Xero's advisor tools and automation solutions reduce time-consuming manual tasks and put data entry on autopilot. Work faster and more efficiently than ever before with Xero. Visit xero.com/accountinginsiders to learn more.